Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. We're in the final game of the 3-game series between Grubby up the top left side of the map and Kaz up the top right side of the map. It is on Habitation Station, and yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome. So previous 2 games, some of the best PvTs we've ever seen, some of the longest ones anyway, and it's incredible, but this game is going to be just as long. So yes, another epic video coming out from these guys, and let's see, Grubby won the first game and Kaz won the second game, so the third game is going to be the ace match, and it's anybody's game at this point. I just don't know. At the end of the first game, I thought Grubby was the stronger player, but Kaz came back and definitely took him out in the second game. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we've already got a pylon out here, a nice proxy pylon out there. We're getting the cyber core down as well, so definitely looks like Grubby is interested in getting some sort of fast gate tech on the way. He's got actually does have double gas at the moment. Very nice stuff. So yes, it's gonna be interesting. Usually you'd expect him to be thinking about a command center at this point, but something tells me he's not. Something tells me he is thinking of something else, and Kaz may be blocking this for no reason whatsoever, because I'm not sure that Grubby was actually intending on going for a command center anytime soon. It looks like the proxy Stargate is going to be the way to go, and if Kaz does not spot this, it is going to mean ultra fast oracles coming out here ASAP as soon as Grubby has that thing built. So yeah, Kaz potentially going to lose a lot of workers very soon, and his marine count is going to be quite low. He's getting the triple barracks now. He's got 1 up at the moment. He's only built, he's actually built 3 marines, my mistake, but if he starts to bunker them up over there, it's going to be quite devastating, and he's got no idea a Stargate is coming up. He has not scouted up in there, but even if he did scout up into Grubby's main base, he would not see a Stargate because one does not exist. It's all the way over here, and wow. So Kaz is going to be totally surprised early on in the game, and the only question that remains is how many workers is he going to lose. It could be a phenomenal amount, but it's going to be down to a bit of luck. If Grubby has all his marines down here waiting to jump in the bunker, that's good news for Mr. Grubby. It looks like they are going to be down the bottom. No marines up the top. And here we go. The Oracle goes to work. The workers instantly running the hell out of there, running back towards the safety of the marines. And we do have a Stalker coming down as well, just for the hell of it. Oracle gets 6-7 worker kills. There's a few more over there it can take out, but it may have been out of energy at the moment. I think it's out of weapons, so it's going to be running out of there. Another Oracle just about to come out, but Kaz is going to be wise to that, and a ton of marines waiting for that new Oracle to be coming out. Might get a couple of worker kills, but it's going to have to run away just as fast to save itself from getting shot there. Going to move down. No marines down here, so Kaz obviously not expecting the Oracle to go down from one base to the other. Moves all his marines down. It's the perfect time for this Oracle to sort of bounce back. It's got 27 energy at the moment. There is a few marines here, but double progging these guys would potentially work, and Grubby going for a third Oracle as well. There we go. The Oracle's coming on down. Almost gets a mule, but not quite. Total workers lost is up to 10, which is not an insane amount, but it's not bad either. And he's got to get a lot more of those though, because Kaz is not too far behind. That early expansion really helping him out with the worker numbers, and Grubby is basically just buying himself back into the game, because he would have been down by quite a bit if he hadn't killed any workers, because he just doesn't have the expansion out. And he still doesn't have the expansion out. Grubby, man, I mean, you got to micro your workers, your oracles, fair enough, but damn, get a command center, get a nexus, get something, because he desperately needs to get something at the moment. He's getting a ton of stalkers. Is he seriously going to try and take this game out at this point? I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I mean, there's missile turrets coming up here, missile turrets coming up here. He could potentially take this one out and ice a few more workers, but man, he needs a nexus. Absolutely 100% needs a nexus. These guys coming in, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's too late. The missile turrets are up. The marines are happy back there, and there are bunkers, and it's just not going to happen. Look at this, 3 bunkers right there. no way that Grubby is going to be able to break that down. So he's sort of, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to take out the missile turret with oracles. That's a crazy play right there, and it did not work. Ended up losing one oracle trying to do that. Now he needs to get back and get a nexus. Not should, needs. He needs to go back and get it. If he does not get a nexus right now, he is utterly screwed. And there we go, the nexus is coming down. And the missile turret just about to start tracking those oracles. You can tell it's just about to start tracking when it starts turning around. Actually starts looking at stuff. Are they really attacking that bloody barracks right there? Just proving themselves to be a pain in the ass, but managing to snipe a worker there, very nice. But moving out, Grubby continuing to move forces in front here, continuing to warp them in. I would honestly not be doing this. I'd be going for massive amounts of economy. Even a third base would not be a bad idea for Grubby right now, simply because he's got Kaz penned in. He's got him holed up in his base. Not really, he's sort of defending. He is getting a fair amount of workers, but Grubby will be getting a fair amount fairly soon. But a third base? No, I would say that would be a great idea for Grubby at the moment. Just absolutely push out, and yeah, I don't know, maybe just try and hold up as much as you can. He's trying to get as much as he can right here, and the oracles somehow are staying alive. Here he goes, thinking about moving in with 3 bunkers. This is a horrendously bad idea right here. It can potentially kill some workers though, and that is what he's going to try and do, wiping out the workers, as microing as best he can to kill the workers and not attack the bunkers, and actually does a pretty good job of knocking the workers down. He's now 7 down. So Kaz moving out to take out those bunkers, to protect those bunkers, sorry. Should have just left the workers at home and let the bunkers be taken out, because the workers he lost was quite devastating. And here we go, the oracle's coming in, looking for some more blood to take. It's not going to happen. And there we go, there's the third base from Grubby, so he is listening to me. And, oh, if he can keep this up, I mean, he's lost his cordon. He's lost the ability to keep Kaz sort of knocked back. And these stalkers are not going to stop those marines from moving out. Oh man, that was a stupid move. But yeah, those marines are going to just move out, wipe out everything at the moment. The only reason that Kaz is not doing that is because he's so scared of the oracles. Grubby has been incessantly aggressive with those oracles, to the point of where it's just a bad idea. He still sends them in. And even though he hasn't done a lot, I mean, it seems to be doing the job, because Kaz is quite happy to get this massive amount of marines back in his base. He is moving out now, though. He is moving out. And what's really surprising me, really surprising me, is that he has not built a third base. Granted, he's been on the defensive, but still you can build a third base inside your main base. And that's what he should have done right there. And he has not done it. And yes, now Grubby, on the other hand, is in a bit of a pickle right here, because the marines are pushing out, and he doesn't have anything that can really hold him back. He's trying desperately to get some storms, and here we go. The first High Templar coming out. Storms is so close to being researched, so close. There we go. The High Templar falling back, almost dead. Does die right there. And that was going to help him out quite a bit. But here we go, moving out. Does he have another High Templar? He does. Storm's about to go down, but the Nexus has already done it right here. And there we go, the Storm goes down, and suddenly Kaz doesn't have an army anymore. But the Nexus does go down. However, Grubby with his third base is going to keep holding on, is going to keep being in a seriously good situation in this game. His worker count is right out there, 49 over 39. If he still had that expansion over there, he would have been at an extremely good point in this game. Did lose it, however, but I don't think he lost too many workers, as we've seen the previous 2 games. Grubby is an expert when it comes to saving his workers, whereas Kaz is a little bit of a, well, you know what, who cares? Just let the workers die. So, yeah, Grubby keeping all those workers alive, and, yeah, just getting this Nexus down. But once this is back up, he's going to be running on 3 bases, like a complete boss, and Kaz is getting a third base now. I reckon he should have had it a little bit before. As soon as those marines moved down the ramp, he should have been placing it down here or over there, getting it out there, getting it fortified, and getting it mining. But he's only just now getting it, maybe just because he doesn't have quite as many workers. He's 47 under 54. It's not too bad, but he's definitely getting to the point where he needs to start thinking about a third base. And time-wise, he definitely needs to start thinking about third base. I mean, Grubby is there. Grubby's got it already. He's mining off it. He's doing a great job. And the High Templars are out there. And here we go. The Oracle sees the medevac. Great pickup from Mr. Grubby. And yeah, what are these guys? They're actually on patrol. They're heading back to the Oracle. Needs to take control right there. Oh, the High Templar feedbacks it in a split second. Does not kill it. Didn't have that much energy, but still, there we go. Seeing the workers getting out of there. There's not too many forces here, and the storms are not going to improve their chances of surviving. Beautiful storms coming down, and actually storming down on these forces as well, which came from the other side. But Grubby is starting to look a little bit... I thought he was going to see this off, but the forces are coming down from the bottom, giving him a little bit of pause right there. An Archon coming in at the very last second and surviving down to the very last bit of shield. Does manage to save that. Look at that, 7 kills, and that's less than 10% of its shields left, so very nice. And Grubby holds off on his third base, which is quite major because, yeah, I mean, that's exactly the sort of attack that killed his expansion before. And Kaz, doing the right thing, sees that there are a lot of expansions out there for Grubby, needs to try and knock that down, and the Zealot's just going to warp in, burrow under there. Well, not burrow, but just sort of sit back down there, and yeah, it's a whole bunch of fun right there. So great job, and that is, yeah, it's going to delay it for a little while longer. This guy's still generating energy while he's in the air, so that's fine, but yeah. Oh, Kaz! WTF, man? Get rid of that shit. I thought he was going to leave it there for a sec. I'm like, what? But anyway, there he goes. Moving on in. A bunch of High Templars. I thought I saw a robotics facility before, but I may have been mistaken. Grubby potentially is going to need that sort of stuff later on, but oh, here we go. Kaz, the wrong time to try and set up that perimeter. It all gets owned, and he actually manages to get the sensor tower up, but don't know how long that's going to stay up there for. Oh, these guys, this is a beautiful storm right here. Oh, such a great storm. There it goes, and Kaz has to run out of there, but the High Templar number's not quite there for Grubby anymore. So he did a nice push here, stopped the bunkers from going down. He's going to be building a couple more. It's funny when you zoom out, it looks like supply depots, but they're actually bunkers. And yeah, he's really would like to get this sensor tower out of there. Just absolutely destroy it, because that's could see everything in the middle of the map. He's actually almost targeting that straight up, but he's got to pull back, wait for the storms to come out, and those Marines are going to get owned. The High Templars almost there. 75 is the magic number, and Kaz really wants to get this wall up really badly, but I don't think that Grubby wants to let him have it. He's going to be storming this force. Oh, this is such a great storm right there, but EMPs are starting to come out. This High Templar is ready to go. Is he going to see it? Is he going to see it? Yes, the storm and the Marines actually ran into that. So it's a huge amount of damage, but unfortunately Grubby can't really do much to these guys anymore, because it's mainly just got Zealots, and running Zealots in to attack these with Marines on the other side, not the best of ideas. He is going to be falling back, and just one more storm, may be able to see Kaz off right here, but he needs to get that storm happening, and he does not have the High Templars right now. Where is the High Templar? There it is. Come on, here he goes, he's gonna get it, and the storm goes down, and suddenly Kaz, you know, it only took down half his forces. There's another one coming out. Oh, we're gonna see a storm. Didn't really hit it there, but close enough, and here we go, a bunch of Zealots coming down. They're gonna have to be down here to see these guys, and suddenly workers are dying. Kaz doing a really great job. Killed a bunch of workers, and now just getting the hell out of there. He feels happy with the work he did there, and pushed it down. So he's actually in the lead now, 63 over 59. It's not often we've seen Kaz in the lead on workers, but he's definitely doing it right now. And Grubby going to be pushing back nice and hard, getting 4 workers at a time, and there is the robotics bay coming down with double robo facility. He's going to be doing a beautiful job getting the Colossus out, and Kaz is going to have to start getting those Vikings out pretty damn soon. So there we go, another force moving out. Kaz is in full macro cannon mode, just shooting out Marines all over the place. He's seen that this base is quite open to attack, dropping on the high ground like it's nobody's business. And yes, Grubby losing quite a bit here, and is not really doing much about it. I think he's given this base up for good. He's going to try and save these guys. Meanwhile, a more serious sort of attack going to be done. He's actually building 3 Colossus at once, which is almost unheard of. I don't think I've ever seen it before in a normal pro game, but We have it happening right now. 3 Colossus at once. That is insane. The amount of Vikings you need to be building concurrently. You'd almost need 4 starports to really hold off that much Colossus production. Fortunately for Kaz, you cannot keep that up indefinitely. You cannot build 3 Colossus indefinitely. It's just 900 minerals, 600 gas. It's not going to happen, but he's going to be more than enough to see these guys off. Those guys just getting the hell out of there. You saw the 3 Colossus, and suddenly Kaz is like, yeah, you know what? I can't actually hold off against that many. So there we go. Oh, the Nexus overcharge, taking out 1 medevac, and the next one almost goes down. Oh, man. So another Zealot down there, just for the hell of it. Actually runs off to kill the SCV, and the command center is like, yep, I'll take that. So, yeah, there we go. 4th base coming down for Kaz. Grubby has had his 4th base for some time. The worker number is there even. The Colossus going straight up, and this is just so easy pickings right here. This is just stupidly easy for the Colossus to take those forces out. And workers not really losing a ton, but I mean, Kaz knows that it's possible right now. He's going to have to stick to this middle section a lot more heavily and really do something about it. And the question is, what can Grubby do to take down the Vikings? He's got the storm to storm the Vikings, but he really needs Blink Stalkers. We can see that Blink is being researched at the moment, so he understands the threat. Nice storm coming down here. Spreads out a lot of these guys. Coming in for the next storm. No, completely missed it. That was a horrible storm placement right there. And there we go. The Zealots are going to have to finish this off. Meanwhile, a single Zealot gets blown away quite literally. Did you see that thing just fly off into the distance? Insane, insane stuff right there. But Grubby is still getting stormed, so he's going to be getting a bunch of guys coming out. Income-wise, he's doing okay, but the mules are really making it easy for Mr. Kaz at the moment. Nice engagement pushing in there. If you get the Colossus on the high ground and push in, you can do a really great job. He's got a couple of Archons, but he really needs a heavy Stalker presence on the map if he wants to have enough to really push those Vikings away. And Kaz knows that Colossus are the name of the game right now, so he's going to be getting a absolute ton of these guys. He's building 3 at the moment, 3 at a time, and it's decent. It's pretty decent, but I would say 4 or 5 would be even better, but you never know. I mean, you never know. What do we got at the moment? We got 4 versus 12, so right at the moment he's doing a pretty good job. Ah, there we go. Colossus going for the easy kills once again. A worker's just getting the hell out of there. Colossus are going to take a few hits, but a storm chasing the Vikings away. So great play there from Grubby. Knew where the Vikings were going to move, knew how to get them to run away ASAP. Those guys would have been way less than half health if they had flown through that storm. I would guess they would be. So there we go, and a 5th base coming down from Mr. Grubby. How's Kaz doing? Is he going for the insane amount of orbitals that we've seen in previous games? The answer looks to be no. Here we go, going in again. Is he going to move the Colossus back and leave the Archons out there? He is going to try and do something with the Stalkers to try and do something, but he's taken a fair bit of Colossus damage doing this in and out sort of strategy. So if he waits and he regens his shields, that's fine, but doing this a little bit too much, and the Vikings are really just going to start to own these guys. Look at that, man. The guy is another volley like that, and that guy would be absolutely toast. And there's not too many workers here anyway, so I think he's kind of played that trick out as much as he can. And yeah, so let's have a look at the upgrades. He's got 2-2, nearly 3 armor. Kaz already has 3-3, so he's got very nice stuff, but not too much on the vehicle air weapons. He's only just getting level 1 now, but that's fine. Grubby only just now getting air weapons though. Why is he getting air weapons? He's building 3 Stargates as well. Obviously wants something for anti-Viking. Maybe thinking about Void Rays or something. Maybe even thinking about Tempest for a bit of a long range functionality. Who knows? But this thing does go down, and here we go. The main army coming in, warps out of there. Knows he doesn't have enough forces on the ground to deal with that. That amount of Triple M is very scary, and Kaz has pretty much given up on medevac support. He's using his supply for all other units at the moment, so he doesn't even want to waste supply on the medevacs. Just going for pure Viking. And Grubby, what has he got at the moment? Pretty decent, but ground-wise, he's very heavily focusing on his Colossus to send off the Triple M. If the Colossus die too quickly, this Triple M is going to absolutely annihilate everything. The Colossus is the only way of taking this out, and the Viking numbers are very, very strong. So, I don't know. In terms of army composition, I think that Kaz has it right here. I think he is going to go in, and on a one-on-one battle, I think that Grubby would just be absolutely swept aside with these two armies right here. I mean, he doesn't have nearly enough anti-air DPS to really take out the Vikings as fast as he would. And the amount of Marauders in this army is 1 Marauder for every 2 Marines. That's quite a decent amount. And there's no way that Storms are going to be able to take out Marauders that fast. So Marines might get down, but the Marauders, I think, are going to keep on trucking even after they get hit by a couple of Storms. And it's just not going to be enough. And here we go, Tempest coming out. So maybe thinking about using the Tempest as an anti-Viking force, which is going to be quite effective because the Tempest will attack the Vikings before everything else. They don't do a crap ton of damage, but the Vikings don't have a crap ton of health. You get 6 Tempests or so, and you're killing 1 Viking per volley, which is pretty decent, which is quite awesome. And they've got an insane range. So it's going to be so hard for the Vikings to sort of get in there, start taking out the Colossus without getting owned. But he needs time to get those Tempests out. He's got 3. He's getting 3 more. But they're so slow there. They are only meeting up with the main army. This base, I don't know why he's getting this one down. This is a little bit scary, but maybe he feels like he can do it. Oh, the Storm that hit nothing. That was not too much fun. And here we go. Kaz making a move right here. Must know the main army is over there. Here he goes, moving on in. The Tempests, are they going to turn around? Yes, they are. 3 more Tempests coming out, and suddenly the Vikings have got to be a little bit careful right here. There we go. Vikings absolutely getting pretty badly destroyed right here. And yeah, the ground forces though, protecting the Colossus. There we go, the Vikings coming in. And of course the Vikings will attack the Tempest before they attack the Colossus. And the Tempests are going down quite fast, and the Vikings are not going down nearly fast enough. This is a great play if the Vikings focus on the Colossus. If the Vikings turn around and focus on the Tempest, then suddenly the Tempests start dying very, very fast, and you're like, oh my god, I don't have enough DPS to kill these Vikings. And it's just not good. It's not good at all. So the main army has been destroyed, as Colossus did their job so well, but the Vikings are actually looking a little bit knocked down. So I don't know. It turned out to be a good idea to get Tempest, but in the wrong sort of way. I'm not sure how it worked, but apparently it did. The Colossus, I did not expect them to demolish the ground army as fast as they did, but yeah, they totally demolished them incredibly fast. And the Vikings just been reduced to harassment duty by the looks of it. Although they do a pretty good job of it, I'll tell you. Especially with 2 weapons upgrades. Here they go, just zooming around. But yeah, okay, so let's have a look what happened. So the Tempest went in there. Tempest did not have nearly enough DPS to kill the Vikings, but the Vikings had more than enough DPS to kill the Tempest. However, they weren't attacking the Colossus, so the Colossus went off by themselves, destroyed all of the ground forces without any real problems. There were a couple of Archons to sort of soak up damage, but I think Kaz was running away for most of their battles, so the Colossus just slaughtered them. And the Vikings, they got in there, they took out most of the Tempest, but then, I mean, there was a few Stalkers on the ground. The Tempests are doing a bit of damage. Maybe some Storms got in. I think the Vikings just eventually just got whittled down, and once the Tempest sort of ran away, there's really nothing else for them to do. They killed most of the Tempests, then they find themselves within enemy territory with a bunch of Stalkers between them. And it wasn't a lot of Stalkers, but Vikings can't shoot ground, so in the end, they did all get destroyed. And now, Mr. Grubby feeling a little bit more confident, feeling like the Tempests are the way to go. And if he can keep control of the Vikings in this battle, we already know that the Colossus can destroy a crap ton of units without too many warriors. I mean, ooh, we got a little bit of latency there. I think that was not me, but I'm not sure. Yeah. So moving out, definitely making a push. Not even going to sort of sit back and just pick off Kaz's outlying bases. He wants to do something a little bit heavier right here. And we'll see how it goes. It's not really a building destroying army. The Stalkers are the only things that are really good at destroying buildings. The rest are more anti-Triple M, anti-Viking forces. and of course the storm units, but as far as destroying buildings, he's just got the stalkers and zealots, which are not all that good, but still doing a great job. He's 74 over 48, so Kaz, how much has he lost? They've both lost the same amount of workers, so Grubby has just been pushing his worker numbers up, and Kaz has not, unfortunately. So here we go, taking out a bunch of guys, taking out a bunch of workers. Kaz, this seems to be a signature for him, not saving the workers, whereas Grubby does a great job at saving them. And did kill a bunch of them, did take out the command center, which is what his main aim was, and now going in, attacking from the low ground. Grubby must be confident right here. Here we go, the Colossus moving in, and Kaz he's just going to take too much damage, too many storms trying to stim in and get the Colossus. He needs those heavy Viking numbers, but the Tempest, and he doesn't have enough Vikings to go in and just wipe out the Tempest like he did before. And even if he did, he'd been putting his Vikings in a very, very bad situation like what happened last time. So he has to move in, take out the Colossus with Marauders and Marines, and it's just not working against Grubby's numbers, and with the Tempest as backup as well. I mean, they take out Marines and Marauders, you know, if you give them long enough, they definitely will take them out. So yeah, there we go, Grubby using the Tempest Colossus combination. It's like the old Protoss Death Ball of Void Ray Colossus, except instead it's Tempest Colossus with a few gateway units mixed in there just for a bit of fun, and Storms as well, just to add a bit of flavor. And Kaz just couldn't find the combination to go for it. Maybe, I don't know what Kaz could have done in that situation. I mean, mass Vikings, but you got to keep them under control, and you got to focus the Colossus down, I guess would be the only thing. And Kaz, he had mass Vikings, but he didn't focus the Colossus down. He ignored them and went after the Tempest in the first main battle, and that was just a lack of micro on his part. I think if he had hung back over his Marine forces, taken out the Colossus, he had more than enough Vikings, more than enough Viking DPS. I think he could have shredded the Colossus, and the Tempest could have shot him all day, and it wouldn't have mattered because he just had so many of them. And yeah, so just waste the Colossus, and then waste the Tempest after that. And I think Kaz could have had it, but no, we actually, I think I need to go back and have a look at that main battle, because yeah, that really, really was just a massive amount of... Where did it actually happen? Yeah, it was all over this point of the map, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll go back to about there and just have a look. I just want to see exactly what the Vikings were doing at that point in the game, because yeah, it just seems like... Alright, so let's have a look. Let's pause it at the moment. We're going to have a critical look at this play. So 19 Vikings, whole bunch of Triple M, including Ghosts, not many medevacs. Grubby was already 20 workers ahead. Very, very nice. He's got 6 of those guys. We actually want to speed it up at this point because he doesn't have any Tempest left. Any Tempest yet, so we're going to wait till he gets a few Tempests, because I remember that's when the main battle started to happen. So let's just push ahead here. There we go. This first 3 Tempests coming out. The battle happens around here, so we're going to wait for that to happen. 6 Tempests. Alright, pause. Alright, here. Alright, so here we are. We're having a look. We're doing a little bit of feint with the Vikings, and we're going to put this down to normal speed. So having a look at the unit count, we've still got 6 and 6. We've still got 18 Vikings. We've got the Tempest up the backside. We're looking. We definitely want to see what the Vikings are doing here. So we're going to press play on here. The ground forces moving in. They're backing off with the Vikings backing off above them. Very, very nice. The Colossus are getting in range, doing a great job. The Vikings starting to attack the Colossus. The Vikings push back, attack the Tempest. We are not seeing a single Viking attacking Colossus at the moment. And those guys just got absolutely demolished. The Colossus just went ahead. They basically just had no problems at all. The Vikings, it was just a straight up mismanagement of units by Kaz right there. The Vikings 100% needed to stay focused on the Colossus. All you need is a attack waypoint, like an attack order. So you just say boom, 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 boom. Attack this Colossus, then this one, this one, this one, this one. He didn't do it. And the Vikings went off either on his orders or by themselves to attack the Tempest. And look at the Stalkers just doing so much damage to them. So Kaz just He just straight up messed up in that battle. And I think if the Vikings had taken out the Colossus first, then Kaz would have run away with that battle. I remember saying just before this point in the game that Kaz, hands down, had the better army composition. But he just did not use it. Yeah, Vikings attacking the Colossus. It was like so simple, so straightforward, but he did not do it. And it basically cost him the game at that point. That one mistake cost him the game. So there we go, best of 3 epic series, and Grubby comes out with the win right there. Great game from both players, but in the end, only one player can win, and in this case, it was Grubby. So great job there, and thank you very much for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another Daily Masters. Stay tuned for that.